next for the UFC Middleweight Championship of the World between Blachowicz and the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Well, it took him just over a year on the UFC roster to realize a piece of this UFC Middleweight Championship. He is the last style bender, Israel Adesanya, a guy you tried to bring in to emulate John Jones back in the day.
Absolutely. You knew right away when you watch Israel fight that he has an ability to fight in so many different ways. If he's coming to play a part, he's going to play that part better than anyone else you can find.
Yeah.
It's because of the adaptability. It's his ability to change the way that he's fighting based on his opponent. In the Derek Brunson fight, he did a lot of kneeing because he knew Brunson was going to wrestle him. But in the fight against Kelvin Gastelum was a lot of punches and kicks because the wrestling threat was not so great. You gotta have that if you hope to compete and stay atop your division for a long time.
So here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world making the walk, looking to defend his title. It is certainly something that he's been able to do in the past. He has been challenged on this title run. It's not as though he has run roughshod through this division, but they're all still chasing him at 185 pounds tonight. At least on paper, could be his most difficult challenge to date. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. More than 5 years apart, and they both possess a similar height and reach. All right, to get us started with the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, a referee in charge of the Octagon, Yves Lavigne. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 20 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Introducing the challenger, Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter, holding a professional record of 27 wins, 8 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Warsaw, Poland, presenting the reigning, defending UFC undisputed middleweight champion of the world, John Blachowicz.
UFC belt on the line. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. If you want to touch love, do it now. Go back to your corner.
They touch him up, and we are underway. All right, so here we go with the start of this fight. I'm anxious, man. What a matchup it is, and it's going to be interesting. And it's going to be interesting to see who has the upper hand early.
It's going to be difficult to find out how this plays out, right? Striker versus a well-rounded fighter. Who's going to be the one that's going to control where this fight takes place?
Back to the left hand now, unable to connect. Oh, effective strike there by Adesanya. Flush right hand is true.
Nice leg kick.
Oh, massive kick to the body. head kick. Oh! And now he lands a combination.
Oh, nice elbow.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Ooh.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now. Big kick lands.
So just over 20 total strikes have landed for Israel Adesanya. Oh, beautiful strike there by Israel Adesanya. He's got a lifetime in the game, not a lifetime in the UFC, but you see, this is a lifelong striker who is very dangerous with all limbs.
Yeah, and when you're standing with Izzy, you're in trouble, man. You're under constant attack the whole time because you never know what he's going to hit you with. And right there, he landed the strike that he was looking for.
Oh, and there's another leg kick for good measure. So doing a really good job with that weapon here tonight. And if you're trying to slow your opponent down, mission accomplished so far.
When you can land that many leg kicks, you start to affect the movement. You start to affect the hand. Everything changes when you're blasting someone over and over and over with leg kicks. And you start to see the damage, not only in the legs, but in the facial expression of his opponent.
Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Adesanya. Oh, man, his leg kicks are outstanding, and you saw a great example of that just there.
And you see his opponent starting to slow down. He cannot take many of those kicks.
Mixes it up nicely in terms of staying heavy and also staying active. Lands the right hand.
Oh, he left his head wide open to absorb that straight hand. He has shown a vulnerability here by...
Whoa! He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, he might be out.
An uppercut landed.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands.
Big body kick lands.
So a strong 5 minutes down. All right, so there's the end of the round. The cut on his lip is only getting worse. We've kept an eye on it tonight. The cut man is going to have to do some work here to try to prevent that from becoming more of a factor here in this next round. All right, so let us now check out some of the action in that round, DC. There was a whole lot of it, including a stunner upstairs that nearly closed the show.
It was a lot of action. It was back and forth action, but the big moment was that big strike to the head that landed, that put him on wobbly legs, and in survival mode. Luckily, he made it to the end of that round.
All right, round 2.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one? I mean, he's cutting them down to size with these beautiful leg kicks. Oh man, head kick lands.
Punches blocked.
Yeah, he's mixed it all up.
Adesanya gets caught with that punch. Back and forth we go. Goes to the body there. Whoa!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out.
Just like that, the fight is over.
He's done, he's done. Oh my goodness, what a fight.
Pinpoint strike to end this fight. It landed flush. I'm not even sure the opponent wholly saw it coming, and before he could recover, the referee was in to stop the fight. So a huge knockout victory for that fighter here tonight. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
And there's the UFC middleweight king. Best fighter in the world at 185 pounds. What a knockout he turned in here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 35 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last Stylebender.
right, so we got a new UFC middleweight champion, and this is a title that no one can ever take away from you. He's got a UFC belt at his home for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life. And they say it takes a village to build a champion.
Yeah.
And if you look behind him, celebrating with his coaches, you know that they have all been on this journey for a long time to the UFC championship. Congratulations to him and his team.